extraordinary family, but we can all agree that we are close can be. So it don't matter what it looks like, we look perfect to me. We got every kind of love, I'm just so lucky indeed. They can keep on talking, it don't matter to me. 'Cause we are
ham and cheese. Oh, good morning. It is Hump Day. Hump. Hump Day. It's the middle of the dang week. I'll tell you what. That is the craziest thing of the day. We are going to be talking about everything. Don't forget, Dustin Blam Show is on Facebook. And you can catch us there every time. That is the link. Spreaker.com. Just search for the Dustin Blam Show. You'll be able to find me and be able to join us. And don't forget, we are on Facebook to where you can chat with us. Leave us a message, comment, concern, like, subscribe. We're also on YouTube. We're on iTunes podcast, so you can listen to us whenever. And whenever we go live, as soon as we get this show on the road. Oh, wait a minute. We already did. Wow. Takes a lot of work to do to somewhat produce this show. But, you know, hey, it's a fun time for me. I get to sit here and talk to my lovable friends, family, and the community about what's going on here in Hayes Springs, Nebraska. Right now, I don't know of anything, but we'll get to your weather, and I'll tell you one thing. It's a little chilly this morning, and the wind's blowing. So, all truckers, if you are listening to me and you're in the Nebraska area, please be advised that all high-profile loads need to slow down to about 40 miles an hour. Don't want any of you to tip over. Please do not be light, because if you're light, you might be light as a feather. You might disappear. But you know what time it is. It is Hump Day. Hump. It is Hump Day. It's the middle of the week. Don't forget, if you are a Christian, it is Church Day for all of us Christians. Because we like our church, you know. We have to be able to go to church. Don't forget to go to your church tonight. Usual time is usually about 7 p.m. for church service. That will correspond to your local area, so please check your local area for your times. Otherwise, we're going to get into some mischief, but don't forget we have Facebook, Apple iTunes. You can catch this on YouTube. Check Dustin Blem. That is my channel, and that's where these should be hiding. As far as I know, I don't really know much. Now, can't remember which one. We're gonna have a little cussing today. That truck. That's the wrong button. I can push the wrong button anytime I feel like it. But we need a daily reminder.
I'm honestly so tired.
That's the wrong one too. I don't have anything planned. I never have anything planned. We might forget that because I have to find it first. But if you know what this is, I hope you do, because it's a good song. Blues Brother 2000 used to do this song. We're just having fun. It's a fun day. It's a fun morning. It's you know what?
I climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason.
Don't forget, you can always go to Spreaker.com and download the Spreaker Podcast Radio app on Spreaker.com. That will give you the chance to just have permanent access to me and be able to listen to all my shows, and plus everybody else out on Spreaker Radio. That is podcasting at multiple times of the day. So anyways, we are having fun. It's a little chilly here in the house. but it's a wonderful morning to broadcast our radio show. And yet again, we still give a great big thanks to the local Hay Springs Fire Department. And they're all volunteers. Thank you for them for coming to rescue me when my car pinned me. Otherwise, that's old news. We'll get to the new news. And by the way, I did see yesterday or the day before, I saw at some point on the panhandlepost.com that the lady that got put in the Platteville police car in the state of Colorado got newsworthy all the way up to here. Yes, it is on the Panhandle Post. Legally, I will put my 2 cents in right now and we'll be done with this. That lady should have been put in the other police officer's car. Number one, both people, both officer and her, are at fault for what they did. Number one, she should have pulled further off. She pulled on to the other side of the tracks, which was the right thing, but she should have pulled a little further. Plus, the officer should have known that was an active track. It doesn't need all those crossing arms or crossing gates coming down. It doesn't need the lights. No matter what, if you think it's an active track, it probably is. Never, ever do what that officer did. Number two, if I am correct, that was a Fort Lupton police officer, female police officer that showed up to the scene with the dash cam and body cam footage shown in the beginning of that footage. Then, you know what? She should have put that lady in her car. Otherwise, that lady wouldn't be hurt right now, and there'd only be a damaged patrol car. So, you know what? Both officers were stupid at the time of the incident. Number one, the Platteville officer should not have put his car on the track. He knew it was active. I mean, for goodness sakes, do you not know what you're doing as a police officer? Any police officer will tell you you should know that's an active track. I mean, holy cow, trains go through there every day. I mean, heck, officers doing a Platteville officer pulls over a car on Highway 85 and a train is passing. Oh yeah, that's not active track. That is an active track, no matter what. Halliburton tried to beat the train. Guess what the heck happened to him? He got hit. I wouldn't be surprised if that guy lost his job. But you know what? If you're stupid enough to do that, that's your own fault. You have no rights. Not saying that anybody is it's a big issue of what the officer did, but number one, he just went to start. He didn't think to move his car. You never ever do that. You move that car. But see, at the same time, like I said, in the beginning, they both should have moved the cars up further so that any officer that showed up should have been parked kind of further back due to the fact that that was an active railroad, believe me. I mean, even Fort Lupton should have known that there would have been a train coming through no matter what, because it goes straight through Fort Lupton at the time. Alrighty, well, that's my 2 cents. Let's get over that and let's get to something else.
Fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring.
And the Ring of Fire. Oh, that's some good stuff. Sorry, I'm totally ill-prepared. Today's probably going to be an early day due to the fact, number one, it's Wednesday. Number two, I got other things to do. And trying to pull 3 hours is a little tough for me since we just started first thing yesterday. Today is probably not going to be another 3 hour day. we'll see how far we get. We do have our non-stop music that'll be coming up later on in the show. Otherwise, let's get to our first song. By the time they find... See, and that's the problem. I never have these songs memorized to be able to tell you what they are. Alrighty, well, folks, we're just going to get to this. This is back-to-back Mark Gray Day, and I think it's just fitting because it's Wednesday, it is Hump Day, that we go back-to-back Christian music, Mark Gray style, in the beginning, and we'll change it up throughout the whole show. Hopefully, you stay tuned. We appreciate you, and we want you back. Alrighty, folks, let's get to it. Mark Gray, back-to-back.
Friends say I'm missing all the good times. Why I live for Jesus they can't understand. But by the time they realize I'm truly missing, I'll be missing tribulation, living in glory land. Oh, by the time they find me missing, I'll be living over there where there is no reminiscing of all the sorrow we've had down here. And by the time they look around them and they discover that I'm gone, I'll be in that mighty chorus singing round the Master's throne. Guess I'm missing a lot of earthly pleasures. Well, I'm not famous and I'm not a millionaire, but I know for sure I'll not be missing heaven, where I'll be known to all the rich and happy beyond compare. For by the time they find me missing, I'll be living over there where there is no reminiscing of all the sorrow we've had down here. And by the time they look around them and they discover that I'm gone, I'll be in that mighty chorus singing round the Master's throne. Oh, by the time they find me missing, I'll be living over there where there is no reminiscing of all the sorrow we've had down here. And by the time they look around them and they discover that I'm gone, I'll be in that mighty chorus singing round the Master's throne. I'll be singing round the Master's throne. Lately I've been looking back along this winding road to the old familiar markers of the mercies I have known. I know it may sound simple, but it's more than a cliche. There's no better way to tell you than to say God's been good in my life. I feel blessed beyond my wildest dreams when I go to sleep each night. And though I've had my share of hard times, I wouldn't change them if I could, 'cause through it all, God's been good. Times replay, and I can see that I've cried some bitter tears, but I felt His arms around me as I faced my greatest fears. You see, I've had more gains than losses, and I've known more joy than hurt, as His grace rolled down upon me undeserved. For God's been good in my life. I feel blessed beyond my wildest dreams when I go to sleep each night. And though I've had my share of hard times, I wouldn't change them if I could, 'cause through it all, God's been good. For God has been my Father, my Savior and my friend. His love was my beginning, and His love will be my end. I could spend forever trying to tell you everything He is, but the best way I can say it is this: God's been good in my life. I feel blessed beyond my wildest dreams when I go to sleep each night. And though I've had my share of hard times, I wouldn't change them if I could, 'cause through it all, God's been good.
And welcome back. We are back with the show. Now, just to remind you, anything on the show, all rights are reserved to the people who own this music. Otherwise, if I purchased it, yada yada. The fun stuff. We still want to thank TikTok for helping with some of the music that we put on this show. This time around, TikTok has been a really good thing, and it's fun to watch and do. Plus, we get music off YouTube. We appreciate them for helping us out and for trying to help produce more of a show. Otherwise, you know what the facts is the fact. Now, I know we just did 2 Christian songs. We're kind of Christian, country-based, a little hip-hop, here and there, radio show. But I think there's a reminder of something that most of us all need to do on a daily basis. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this before and after I play this. Before, there are a couple cuss words in this, so viewer discretion is advised. I mean, seriously, advised. You don't like it? I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. Most people would say, well, don't play it. Okay, well, here, listen to it. You will get what I'm meaning. And the only other thing I have to say about it is do the opposite. You got this, but pray for them. So we're going to listen to this real quickly, and I will put the disclaimer back out.
Good morning. Here's your daily reminder that people suck and you're going to get pissed off today. Don't cuss nobody out, don't fist fight, and don't go to jail. You got this, bitch. Good luck.
Yeah, the SOB, or the female dog, as it's defined in the dictionary for the word he said, which is a cuss word. We don't care about that word, but you got this. And that's your reminder to do what he said, but don't do the other part. Don't be that person. But if you have to, pray. Prayer is key. Key is prayer. And I didn't switch the music. Oh my gosh. Looks like we're going to need a delay. It's a delay? Holy cow. Let's get to the hoedown.
05 or 82, this is something you can do. Pop it, lock it, polka dot it, country five and hip hop it. Put your heart in the sky, move side to side. Jump to the left, stick it, glide. Zigzag, cross the floor, shuffle in diagonal. When the drum hits, hands on your hips. 1 foot in, 180 twist, and then a zigzag, step slide. Lean in, let it clap 3 times. Shake it out, head to toe. Throw it all together, that's how we roll. Do the hoedown. Do the hoedown. Do the
Oh, and here we're back. Okay, we're going to get to our next song, which will be America the Beautiful. This one is a good classic song, since I have no other ideas. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
stand alone. The heavens worship before your throne. There is no one like you. You have no equal. Your kingdom reigns. Yours is the highest of every name. There is no one like you. Almighty, we're standing in the presence of your majesty. You're holy, you alone, the sovereign crown of royalty. You're the King of kings, Almighty. Our God eternal, the great I am, the praise of angels will never end. There is no one like you. Eyes like fire, face like the sun, a voice like thunder, who was and is to come. Almighty, we're standing in the presence of your majesty. You're holy, you alone, the sovereign crown of royalty. You're the King of kings, Almighty. All hail the power of Jesus' name. Let angels prostrate fall. Bring forth the royal diadem and crown him Lord of all. Bring forth the royal diadem and crown him Almighty. We're standing in the presence of your majesty. You're holy, you alone, the sovereign crown of royalty. You're the King of kings, Almighty.
Almighty by the West Coast Baptist College. What a wonderful school to go to. We're going to get hit another song because yet again I was playing around and not doing my job. Alright, well, let's get to this and we're going to play some more TikTok songs and probably some more stupid stuff, you know, just the way we are.
Now I'm onward going, I know he'll take me through, though I am weak and poor, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. No, I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
Alright, we're back and we're going to get to it. Let's get to your weather update for Hay Springs, Nebraska, where the radio station is located right now. Currently 59 degrees. Oh my gosh, it does feel like that. It's a little chilly this morning. 59 with the wind chill. The wind chill is very hard. And of course, where is it coming out of the south at 14 miles an hour? The moon is a waxing crescent. Oh my gosh, that's really nice. That's a good moon. Sunrise this morning was at 6:44 a.m. and we'll be setting 12 hours later at 6:37 p.m. Humidity's at 50. Air quality right now looking fair at 24 degrees. Pollen is moderate at 6.1. And the last lightning strike around here was, let's see, in the last 30 minutes, 478.9 miles away. I'll tell you what, that's pretty far. I drove that far usually in a day within 10 hours of driving a truck. But otherwise, according to your 10-day forecast for Hay Springs, Nebraska, still looking the same at 82 today and windy. It is going to be a windy day, supposedly. Thursday is going to be 87, 80 on Friday, and 70s for the weekend. Looks like next week, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to get some nice rain showers. God only knows we need it, I'll tell you what. But we're going to be in the low to high 60s. It kind of fluctuates. Night temperatures are going to be low. Right now, currently, it's got to 52 tonight, 51 on Thursday, and 51. Excuse me, what a pig. God bless the pig. Blessed the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Alrighty, well, that's your forecast for the Hay Springs, Nebraska area. Now we got to just get a quick switch over. We'll check LaSalle, Colorado, see what it is. Holy cow, 54 degrees. They're even colder than us. Woo! According to the WeatherBug app, and you can find that at the weatherbug.com. And also the Panhandle Post for our news and stuff for up here. So please stay tuned. Currently right now it's 54. Feels like 54 and it's nice and sunny. I bet you $50 you go in that sun. Oh, it feels so good. So supposedly the high is going to be 58 degrees. Low is going to be 42. Dew point is 45. Ooh, there's 66 there, about 10 up on us, 16 or so. On that humidity, got the pressure running at 30.17, which is not bad, but you know, hey, it is what it is. And looks like they're getting about 2 to 3 winds miles per hour out of the west-northwest. I wish I have that right now, because wind out of the south right up here. You live on the dirt road, let me tell you where it's going to go. My way. So it looks like I'm going to have to keep cleaning. Yeah. Sometimes it's not really important to clean. Otherwise, we have the same information. A wax crescent. Oh, and they have a UV of 6. We had a UV of 5. Wow. Holy cow. Air quality down there is an 11. It is excellent. That's pretty good. Looks like LaSalle beats us by 3 more points on a 6.1 in Hay Springs to a 6.4 moderate pollen. So any of you who have problem with allergies, you might want to dose up on them pills, because it seems like it's going to be that way. Let's see how the lightning strike. Oh my gosh, for 547.2 miles. Holy cow, I've driven that far. I've driven almost 600 miles. I've driven 700 miles in one day. It can be done as a truck driver. Otherwise, it looks pretty good down there. Looking at the radar, it looks like nothing in the series. Not going to be seeing anything. Let's just do a quick hourly. It looks like we'll be gradually going up as the day goes by. Right now, it's going to get warm by usually the afternoon, 2 or 3 in the afternoon. It's really good. Let's look at your 10-day forecast. Looks like LaSalle's going to have a good weekend this weekend. Starting Friday, we're going to be in the high 70s and drop down to the low 70s by Monday. Otherwise, it's going to be looking good. Oh, looks like I am wrong. Looks like LaSalle is going to get some rain. That's pretty good. They need it desperately, and so do we. We really need it desperately. Believe me, that pasture can't last any longer, or otherwise I'm going to have to take some animals away. Sheesh. But otherwise, it looked like to me for up here, we were going to be having some chili. Oh, and look at that. After Monday, we're going to... LaSalle's going to drop into high 60s to mid 60s and then come back up to 70s, making it feel like it's still fall. That is good. That's a nice weather. Alrighty, well, we still have the same... The Nebraska State Patrol is still investigating a fatality crash on I-80 near Ogallala. The Chadron Theater opens its season with a musical. It's a Howard Burns. Oh my gosh, that sounds really good. And the other day was National See Say Day. Hashtag See Say Day. Reading up on this was... If you see suspicious activity, say something. Like, seriously. You can say everything's suspicious. I could say my neighbor's being suspicious and all she did was go and walked her 2 dogs. Seriously. You gotta be careful with that. Railroad union that rejected deal signs new tentative something. Some crazy stupid thing. Plug was pulled on a multi-million-dollar intersection project for the South. Don't know where that'd be. Probably here in Nebraska. And yet, we do have that woman hit by the train, and the police car is out of the hospital. Of course, we already knew that. The news would be taking care of that down in Colorado. Don't mind me. I gotta do some smacking. Yep. I think I got him. I don't know. Anybody want to check? No? It's just me? Oh my gosh. Oh well. So sad. But anyways, let's get back. That's even all the way up here. That's our regional news. White House responds to a lawsuit against student debt cancellations. Now, wouldn't that be something? Denver woman sentenced in McCook methamphetamine conspiracy. And we have a public hearing set for the Nebraska poll intentives. Don't mind me, people. I don't even know how to pronounce some of these words, so just bear with me. White House new rule with show turn true cost of plane ticket. Huh. That's a little weird. Okay. Let's see. Somebody receives the alumni reward at Chadron State College here in Chadron, Nebraska. Alliance Kitty Campus to hold a family fun night. Nice. GOP $400 billion estimated cost. Student loan debt plans will bear taxpayers. Doesn't sound really good for us. Otherwise, we still got roughly all the same stuff here. And if you want to look at it for yourself and check anything out with the what's going on up here in the Nebraska area, in the Panhandle, in the Panhandle Post. At the panhandlepost.com, you can download the app Panhandle Post on iTunes, iOS, and Android. On top of that, you can get the Spreaker Radio Show through Android and iOS. We appreciate you to do so. Or you can go to the panhandlepost.com and click at the top. It has a link. Download our app for your device. Click here. So just make sure if you want to know the news up here in the great state of Nebraska, they have some really good news. Plus, you can also get the Rural Radio News, which is based out of Scottsbluff. Has some really good stuff. I do not have that up right now. We'll just 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. It takes a little bit of time, so let's just kinda. back. Sorry, I needed that to just kind of give me a brief time to look at what's going on. And our next news is from Rural Ruse Radio News, which is on my phone. It's an app. I think they have a website. Don't know what it is. But it is Rural Radio Scotts Bluff. 2 killed in Morrill County crash Tuesday. Nebraska State Patrol investigating 2-vehicle crash in Morrill County. That's the county just below Alliance. Public gets closer look at the NPPD Scottsbluff Power Line options. That abbreviation is not Nebraska. That's the power company up here. So, if you ever get those, Governor Ricketts recognizes state teammates working to promote child welfare, which is very good. Looks like the governor made a stop in Alliance to talk about stuff. Scottsbluff Council approves land purchase for Pathway Green Square. Don't know about that. Fellowship of Christian Athletes to host Field of Faith event Wednesday. So it sounds like that's going to be today. An inmate died, and we heard about that yesterday on the Panhandle Post at panhandlepost.com. Most of the information I got here is on the Panhandle Post. Of course, there was a fatality. We have better insight now to the I-80 fatality crash. 1 killed, 2 injured in the I-80 collision Monday near Ogallala. So, Gering City Council approved process for shipping containers home development. So that means you can do more. Alrighty, folks, let's get to our next subject. I don't know what it is. We're just having way too much fun nowadays. Let's keep it rolling. And don't forget, you can always check us out on Facebook and other sites. So let's get to our next song. Back home again. Yet again, it is the Bill and Gloria Gaither. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with you.
There's a storm across the valley. Clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulder. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away, and the whining of his wheels just makes it colder. He's an hour away from riding all your prayers up in the sky. 10 days on the road, barely gone. There's a fire softly burning, supper on the stove. It's the light in your eyes that makes him warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. There's all the news to tell him. How'd you spend your time? What's the latest thing the neighbors say? And your mother called last Friday. Sunshine made her cry. You felt the baby move just yesterday. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home. that living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home. Like a fire softly burning, supper on the stove, and the light in your eyes that makes me warm. Sing it. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Now sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. Hey, it's good to be back home again. You know it is. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. I said, hey, it's good to be back home again.
To that old country church to hear the songs of praise. How the people would sing, it would make the rafters ring at that old country church. Shall we gather at the river, the beautiful river? Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. Oh, I'll never forget at that old country church how the glory of the Lord came down. And the children would smile as they shouted down the aisle at that old country church. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. Then on Sunday I'd see all my friends dear to me at that old country church. When it came time for prayer, everybody would be there at that old country church. Leaning, safe and secure from all alarm. Leaning on the everlasting arms. Now the years have gone by, and so many have died at that old country church. But they're on the other shore, where they'll sing forevermore as they did at that old country church. Oh, I'm redeemed. My love divine.
Country Church. That was a song. We're going to get to our long playlist, but we're changing it up this time since it is Wednesday. It is church night. We're going to get a little bit of church-related stuff in because we are not broadcasting over the weekend. The weekends are off limit. They give me time to rest and try to redo the show again. But otherwise, we may or may not be doing the show all the time, every single day. We're going to do, we'll just see how we feel and go from there. But we're going to get to a bunch of Adventures in Odyssey just to fill up the time because I have nothing to do and trying to find all the music I need to be able to do the show and be able to know what I'm doing. So, otherwise, enjoy these wonderful, I think they would portraying to what's going on in the world today. They are really, really good. And I hope you stay tuned so, come and hear us. We'll be here all week long, so stay tuned. We'll be with you for the rest of the week. We'll see when we get back. All right, well, we're going to get to your non-stop, and this is Adventures in Oddities starting from episode 1. Starting from episode 43, they are a little broken up because I didn't do them all in the same, so you'll see there are some difference. But we're going to start from episode 43 and go down. And we're going to get to your long, non-stop music play. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Chris. You're about to travel to a place of wonder, excitement, and discovery. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey. Leslie has a reputation around Odyssey for telling stories, exaggerated stories. Most of the time, they're pretty funny, but this time, they're just a cover-up for something a little more serious.
I'm telling you, Ann, Mr. Turner's dog must be part horse. You could put his saddle on her and run in the Kentucky Derby.
I've seen Mr. Turner's dog, Leslie. She isn't that big.
Well, she sure seemed like it to me. That's the last time I spend my summer delivering papers. Oh, there's Cindy. See you later, Ann.
Yeah, see ya.
Cindy! Hey, Cindy!
Oh, hi, Leslie.
I was wondering if you were going to come in. I've been looking all over for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm right here.
I know. It's been such a long time since I last saw you, what with summer vacations and stuff. It's been years.
It hasn't been years. I saw you.
Yeah, for 5 minutes at the beginning of the summer.
It was more than 5 minutes, Leslie.
I didn't see you a whole lot this week either.
It's the first week of school. Everything's been so busy.
Too busy for your best friend?
Oh, come on, Leslie. It's no big deal.
So what are you doing this afternoon? You want to come over? You can tell me all about your summer.
No, I can't. I promised Krista I'd do some things with her.
Oh.
I thought she'd be here. Oh, well, she must have gone home. I guess I'll go over there. See you around, Leslie.
Yeah, bye.
And 75 cents is your change. Thank you. Hi, Leslie. Now, don't tell me you want something else. Not after that milkshake.
Huh? Oh, no thanks. Did you see where Ann went?
Oh, she left a minute ago. Boy, you drank this milkshake glass dry.
You make him the best, Mr. Whitaker.
Well, thank you, Leslie. Is everything all right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, good. So, what's new? I overheard you telling Ann about delivering papers and Mr. Turner's dog. Well, I guess that's over with now that you're back in school. You started this past week, didn't you?
Yeah.
How was it?
Same as always. Terrible.
Terrible? Really? Well, how come?
Everything went all wrong. Kept waking up late and didn't have anything to wear. You know, the usual stuff.
Oh, I've been out of school a long time. Why don't you tell me about it?
Well, like I said, I've been kind of having a hard time getting up in the morning. Mom isn't too happy about it because that means she has to come up and has to wake me up and then...
Leslie, you get out of bed right this minute. You're late for school. I'm not giving you a note for your teacher. And so you better get out of bed this instant.
Oh, now wait a minute. Your mother's not like that at all.
Well, that's how it sounds sometimes.
Oh, I see. Well, anyway, you get up and go to school and...
I don't go straight to school. I have to get dressed first. That's a problem, too, because I always have a hard time finding something to wear.
What do you mean you don't have anything to wear? I bought you 3 new dresses for school. Here, wear this one.
But I don't like that one.
What? It's a brand new dress. You liked it fine a week ago. Now get your arms up. Let me put it on you. I want to see how it looks.
But I don't want to wear this dress.
There, now put your arms down.
Oops.
You did that on purpose, didn't you? Tore the sleeve. Well, young lady, your father and I are not made of money. And as far as I'm concerned, you can wear that dress as it is.
But, Mom...
No buts about it. Here, you can wear a sweater over it. Now get going, you're late.
She made you wear the dress to school?
Yes. She said it would teach me to be more careful. Isn't she mean?
Oh, I don't think so. I'll bet you are more careful in the future.
Anyway, I had to wear this ugly sweater over my ripped dress and went running out the front door and I nearly missed the bus. Kinda wish I did.
Why? Isn't it a long walk to school?
Yeah, but the bus pulled up and the door opened and it was him.
Who?
Our bus driver, Crazy Eddie.
Hello, my pretties. Welcome to my Weirdsmobile. All aboard?
Leslie, are you sure you're not exaggerating?
Really? That's why we call him Crazy Eddie. I heard he even got pulled over by the police once.
Okay, pal, you want to explain why you were doing 65 in a 30-mile-an-hour speed zone? Oh, well, I was slowing down for the turn.
You can't believe everything you hear, Leslie.
You'd believe it, too, if you rode the bus with him. He's the only driver I know who wears a parachute. But that's nothing. We finally got to school. It's a brand new big school.
Oh, that must be nice.
Not when you're all alone like I was.
Oh, didn't you see any of your friends?
No, they all deserted me and I couldn't find my class. Hello? Is there anybody here?
You, young lady, where's your hall pass?
I don't have one.
Sir, you didn't say sir.
Sir?
Why don't you have one?
Because I can't find my class.
Sir.
Sir?
Well then, we must get you to class, mustn't we? What grade are you in?
6th.
6th grade. Ah. That would be Mr. Gut-Wrench's class. You like Mr. Gut-Wrench. Here you are, little girl. Just step into that class and have a nice day.
So then, who are you?
My name is Leslie.
Leslie, huh? Hang up your sweater and sit down.
I'd like to keep it on.
I didn't ask what you'd like. I told you to hang it up and sit down now.
But
what? Speak up.
My dress is torn.
You tore your dress. Quiet! I didn't give you permission to laugh. You have a 10,000-word essay to write. I want to hear the scribbling of your pencils. I don't care what you tore, Lisa.
Leslie.
Don't argue with me. From now on, you're Lisa. Now hang up your sweater and sit down.
Yes, sir.
Now hold on, Lisa. I mean, Leslie. This is a little hard to believe.
That's not even the worst part.
I should have figured.
Stop that infernal scribbling. I want each of you to stand up and tell me what you did with your summer. Since you came late and have a torn dress, I want you to go first, Laura.
I'm Leslie, so you must mean Lisa.
I know what I mean. Stand up and tell the class what you did this summer.
Well...
Get on with it!
Well, we sort of just hung out.
What? You mean to tell me that you had a total of 84 days summer vacation and all you did was hang out?
Well...
In approximately 2,016 hours, all you could manage to do was hang out?
Well,
You're saying that in 120,960 minutes that your brain cells had a chance to work, all you could think to do was hang out?
Sometimes we went out for ice cream.
What? Just for that, young lady, your homework tonight is to write the words, "I will make better use of my time," 220,000 times. And don't even think of cheating, because I'll count each and every one. Sit down and don't start whimpering.
Yes, Mr. Gutwrench.
Now, who's next? And I mean it. One of you had better won the Nobel Peace Prize this summer.
You're making this up.
No, honest. I don't even know what the Nobel Peace Prize is.
Now, Leslie, that makes for a very funny story. But you haven't told me how your first week at school really went, have you?
Well, it sure seemed that way. It was pretty bad.
You know, Leslie, I've discovered that there are times when I don't like a lot of things because I'm upset with something completely different from the things I don't think I like.
Huh?
Boy, that was a long way around to say what I meant. Let me try again. See, you're telling me you had a bad week, but it wasn't really your mother's fault now, was it?
No.
Or your bus driver.
Guess not.
And your teacher's not so bad either, right?
No, he isn't.
Then I suspect there's something else making you think you had a bad week. What might it be? Leslie?
Because I lost all my friends at school this week.
All your friends?
Well, maybe not all of them, but I lost my best friend.
And that is?
Cindy.
Cindy? Oh, Cindy Hansen?
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. We were best friends for years and years until summer started. Then she went on vacation, and I went on vacation, and I never got to see her. Now all of a sudden she's best friends with Krista.
Well, that happens sometimes.
Not to me and Cindy. We've been best friends since we were babies. We promised we'd be best friends forever. I guess promises don't mean a whole lot anymore.
Leslie, maybe you made a promise neither one of you could keep. You see, you're both growing up. You're changing. And as you change, you make new friends. Some will come and some will go. Others may stay as your friends for years, even the rest of your life.
But I don't want new friends. I want the friends I've always had to always be my friends.
It'd be nice if that happened, but sometimes it doesn't.
Well, it will this time. I'm going to talk to Cindy. She made a promise.
But Leslie...
See ya, Mr. Whitaker.
We'll find out what happens to Leslie when we return to today's Adventure in Odyssey right after this. And now, back to today's Adventure in Odyssey.
Hi, Leslie. Hi, Krista. Is Cindy here?
Yeah, I am. What are you doing here, Leslie?
You made a promise, Cindy, and you should keep it. I don't care what Mr. Whitaker says. We're supposed to be best friends.
What? What are you talking about?
We promised to be best friends forever, and now I never see you. You wouldn't talk to me at school, and now you're here.
Good grief, Leslie. What's the big deal? Can't I have other friends? Why are you being such a baby?
I'm not being a baby. You're supposed to be my best friend.
Come on, Leslie. Don't be so weird.
You promised.
We were little kids.
So what, huh? So what?
Grow up, Leslie. I'm doing things with Krista now. We can still be friends, but I want to have other friends too.
I don't want to be just another friend. I'm supposed to be your best friend. If you don't want to be my best friend, then don't bother being my friend at all.
Leslie!
What's her problem?
I don't know. She's just immature, I guess. Come on, we're gonna be late for our movie.
Yeah, let's go.
Leslie? Leslie?
What, Mom?
Anne is here.
Tell her to come on up. Wonder what she wants. Come in. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Anne. What's going on? Not much. I figured I'd see what you were up to.
Nothing, just hanging around.
Oh, you want to do something?
Like what?
We could go to Wits End.
Nah.
You want to play some records?
I don't think so.
I know. We could talk. I didn't see you at school this week. You can tell me all about your...
I don't want to do anything, Anne. I want to be alone.
Oh, okay.
Nothing personal, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just really bugged about something.
Yeah?
Lost my best friend today.
No, you didn't. I'm right here.
Not you. I mean my best friend, Cindy.
Oh.
You know what I mean. We goofed around this summer, but... Well, she was my best friend my whole life.
Yeah, I get it. Well, if you decide you want to do something, call me, okay?
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
That's Cindy. I don't know why I ever liked her.
And?
She promised to be my best friend, and then in one little summer she decided she won't be anymore. I think I'll take back those posters I gave her.
Leslie?
Yeah, Mom.
Did you and Anne have a fight?
No. Why?
She just dashed out the door. It looked like she was crying. What happened?
Nothing. I told her I didn't feel like doing anything tonight.
That's all?
Yeah.
Leslie.
Honest. She wanted to hang out and I didn't want to.
Why not?
Because I don't feel like it.
That's not like you. You and Anne did things together all summer. I couldn't keep you two apart, whether you felt like doing anything or not. Are you sure there's not something more?
How come adults always think there's something more? Mr. Whitaker said the same thing.
Why?
Because I was mad at Cindy.
Ah, now we're getting to the bottom of it. Why were you mad at Cindy?
Because she promised to be my best friend forever, and now she's doing stuff with Krista. She's a double-crosser.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I know you and Cindy have been friends for a long time.
Best friends, Mom.
All right, best friends. But I didn't think you weren't allowed to be friends with other people.
You don't need to be friends with other people when you're best friends, Mom.
Oh, sorry. I guess I didn't realize that.
It doesn't matter. Cindy's not my friend anymore. She deserted me this summer and this week at school, and I don't care if I ever speak to her again.
That's pretty serious.
It's what she deserves.
Leslie, I realize it may not mean much to you right now, but this happened to me once when I was your age.
You were my age once?
Very funny. Now listen, I had a best friend named Beverly as I was growing up. We did everything together. We made all kinds of promises, like we would have a double wedding and name our kids after each other and, well, things like that. But the summer before I went to high school, she started doing things with a different group of people. And by the time school started, she was very different. Because of her new friends, she wouldn't even talk to me anymore.
What a rat. I'll bet you really were mad, weren't you?
For a little while. But then I realized that I changed during the summer, too. I started liking different things than she did. The kind of music I listened to, the movies I wanted to watch, the books I liked to read, even the kinds of boys I wanted to date. We'd become different people. And even if she wanted to be my best friend again, I wasn't sure we could be. We changed. We were growing up.
This also sounds like something Mr. Whitaker said.
Well, as you grow up, you're going to change. If you didn't, I'd worry about you. And as you change, you'll have friends who'll change with you, and friends who won't. And those who do will often be the best friends you'll keep for life. They're the best kinds of friends to have. Ones you can share your life and joys with, not ones who have to stay your friend because of a promise you made when you were kids. And then there's the person who will always be your friend.
I know who you're talking about. Jesus.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. Does this mean Cindy won't ever be my friend again?
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. The best thing to do is wait and see.
Did you and Beverly ever become friends again?
No. I haven't talked to her for almost 20 years.
Oh, that's sad. I don't like to think about losing friends.
I know. That's why you need to make the most of the ones you have, while you have them.
Yeah. Mom?
Uh-huh.
Can I call Anne? I think I owe her an apology.
Of course you can. Invite her to come back over, if she wants.
Okay. Thanks for talking to me, Mom.
That's why I'm here. You might not always think so, but I can be both your mother and your friend, too.
I'm glad. And you know what else?
What?
I think I'm ready to start school for real now.
Start school? But you started last Monday.
Yeah, but now it's going to be different.
Well, I hope so, Leslie. I was beginning to think we'd run out of dresses for you to tear.
Oh, Mom, why do you always exaggerate? So anyway, she hit the ball, and I was in the outfield, and I'm telling you, it must have gone a mile.
A mile, Leslie?
Sure seemed like it to me. I ran and ran.
Hi, Mr. Whitaker.
Hello there, Cindy.
Hi, Leslie.
Cindy?
What's going on?
What do you mean?
You know, I haven't talked to you in a few days. Everything all right?
Yeah, just fine.
I was wondering, you busy tonight? I thought maybe we could get together, do something.
What about Krista?
Well, we're friends, but I thought we could hang out or something. Like we used to.
Oh. Well, tonight Ann and I are going to do some homework together.
You and Ann, huh? Okay. I guess I'll see you around then.
Cindy, if you have some homework too, you could come over. No reason the three of us can't do it together. If you want.
Yeah, okay. I'll be over after supper.
Great. See you then.
Well, well, well. Seems like you and Cindy got your friendship all straightened out, huh?
I guess so.
Well, what happened? It looked pretty bleak the other day.
Maybe I've grown up a little since then, Mr. Whitaker.
Maybe you have, Leslie. Maybe you have.
So anyway, this ball must have flew for 2 miles.
2 miles, huh?
Well...
I know. It sure seemed like it to you.
In the 3rd chapter of Ecclesiastes in the Bible, it says there's a time for everything, a season for every activity under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to keep and a time to throw away. No matter what age you are, you're going through all kinds of changes, kind of like the seasons in a year. You change grades at school, make new friends, and sometimes say goodbye to old ones, and even begin to see changes in how you look. It's all part of growing up. But one important thing to remember is that there's someone who never changes. That's Jesus. In Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8, it says that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. If you believe in him, he'll always be there for you. I think it's something Leslie learned, and I hope it's a lesson you've learned too. Adventures in Odyssey is a production of Focus on the Family. Back to School was written by Paul McCusker and directed by Phil Lawler. Our production engineer was Bob Luttrell, and our executive producer, Chuck Bolte. And I'm Chris, inviting you to join us again next time for more Adventures in Odyssey. Hi, I'm Chris. You're about to travel to a place of wonder, excitement, and discovery. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey. It's just about closing time at Whit's End, but that doesn't seem to matter to Whit. He's still in the Bible room working on a new invention. What is it? Well, let's find out.
Now, let's see. We have the microchip and the processor in place. Okay, now to put on the headphones and see how it sounds. Oh, that's great. That's just terrific.
Whit? Oh, I knew you'd be in the Bible room. Are you almost finished? I have to clean this place up.
That's just delightful.
Well, it may be delightful to you, but not to me. This room is a wreck. Whit?
I'm sorry, Connie. I had the headphones on. Did you want something?
Yes. I asked if you were almost done. I want to clean up in here before I go.
Oh, yes. Well, I was just finishing up.
Boy, what a mess.
Well, nobody ever said inventing was a clean profession.
Don't I know it? Hey, what are you working on anyway?
Well, it's called an environment enhancer. It adds effects and music while you're listening to a story. Makes it seem like you're there.
Sounds pretty radical.
Well, it's all part of my goal for this room, to make the Bible come literally to life.
Oh, more Bible stuff, huh?
Huh. Anything wrong with that?
No, I can just think of a lot more exciting stories to do than the ones in the Bible, that's all.
You can, huh? Well, before you knock it, why don't you try it?
You mean the machine?
Sure. I need a guinea pig, and you'll do just fine.
Well, I have to clean up the room.
Oh, what's the matter now? You afraid you might actually like it?
No.
Well, then, how about it?
Oh, all right. What do I have to do?
Just sit right down here and put on these headphones.
Okay. All right, now what?
Just a minute. Let me flip this switch. I'm sorry, just a little volume problem. There, I have it now. Put the headphones back on.
Okay.
The story you're about to hear is true. None of the names have been changed, none of the facts altered. And what makes it so special is that if you use your imagination, you can actually become part of it. So just sit back, close your eyes, relax, and come with me to the world of the past. In case you hadn't noticed, this story starts out in a grassy field where a flock of sheep are grazing. The field is located just outside a small town called Bethlehem. All is peaceful, all is calm.
Well, this is nice. Not exactly what I'd call exciting. What? Oh, that sounds like a harp. Oh, it's coming from that guy on the hill.
Stop!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I didn't want to interrupt
It's
it.
okay. No, I apologize for scaring you. This land is filled with wild animals. Sometimes I have to act quickly to save my sheep. That's why I move so fast. My name's David.
I'm Connie. Boy, you play the harp really well.
Well, thank you, Connie. It helps the time pass while I tend the sheep. It also helps me think while I compose my psalms.
What?
You know, psalms. They're sort of like poems.
You mean you write, too?
Well, it's another pastime, really. Quiet.
What's the matter? What is it?
Something's happening out there.
It's a lion! It has that poor little lamb!
Stay here!
Where are you going?
To get my lamb!
From a lion? Are you crazy?
Hey there, lion! If you want to eat something, try a taste of my staff.
Hey! You did it!
Shoot, little one. Back to your mother.
Look out behind you!
Come on, give me strength.
I can't walk! Oh. I never thought I'd be glad to see this Bible room again.
What's the matter, Connie? Huh. Not too exciting for you, is it?
No. It's just that, well, we've tested it, and I think it sounds really good.
But don't you want to know what happened to David?
Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well, you never can tell. Aren't you even the least bit curious?
Oh, all right, give me the headphones.
Good girl.
Hey, this isn't the pasture. It's a dirt road. Hey, what happened to David?
Well, we're past that part.
But you can't just leave me hanging. Did he get eaten or what?
You have to continue the story to find that out.
I was afraid you'd say that. Okay, well, let's get on with it. What happens next?
Well, the answer to that question lies in what's coming down the road.
If that's the way he wants it, then that's the way it'll be. He wants a new king he'll get. I should question the maker of the universe?
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, who are you?
My name's Connie. Sorry if I scared you.
Never mind that. You one of King Saul's men?
Do I look like a man?
Could be a clever disguise.
No, I'm not one of King Saul's men. I don't even know who King Saul is.
He's the king.
No kidding.
Yes.
Well, I still don't know him. I'm looking for David.
David who?
I don't know. He's a shepherd.
David Shepherd?
No, that's not his name. That's what he does.
Where it was the last time you saw him?
In a pasture around here somewhere. He was being attacked by a lion.
A lion, huh? Nice hobbies your friend David has. Listen, I really can't help you. I'm not from around here myself, so I wouldn't know the pasture if I saw it, much less a shepherd named David who likes to play tag with lions.
Oh.
Tell you what, I might know somebody who can help you.
Yeah?
His name is Jesse, and he does live here. Maybe he knows you're David Shepherd, lion attacker. Follow me. By the way, my name is Samuel.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise, I'm sure.
Is this Jesse a friend of yours?
Never met him.
Then why are you going to his house?
Because I have to anoint one of his sons king.
I thought you said Saul was the king.
Shh. He is.
But if you anoint someone else king, won't that make Saul mad?
That is a distinct possibility.
Well, if he gets mad, won't he... Oh, that's why you got so scared when I first came up.
Nothing gets by you, does it?
Well, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes when Saul catches up with you. Why are you doing this anyway?
Well, it wasn't exactly my idea.
Then whose was it?
God's.
I should have known.
And so Samuel went to Bethlehem to sacrifice, and at God's prompting to choose one of Jesse's sons as the new king of Israel. Only he ran into some problems.
Oh, boy. Sorry, Jesse, but he's not the one either. Do you have any other sons?
Well, they're still the youngest, but he's tending the sheep.
Send for him. We'll not sit down until he arrives.
As you wish, great prophet.
Samuel?
Oh, it's you.
Sorry, I forgot you're still nervous about Saul.
It's all right.
So which son's going to be the new king?
You ready for this? None of them.
What? But they're all so big and strong and good-looking.
I know. Go figure. See, one by one, Jesse's sons passed in front of me. And one by one, God rejected them.
So what happens now?
Jesse has sent for his last and youngest son. He should be here any minute.
Hey, were you able to find out anything about my friend?
No, but thanks for reminding me. Ahem. Jesse?
Yes, great prophet.
This young lady here is looking for a friend of hers. She thought maybe you could help us find him. He's a young man, I should say about yay high, likes to play with the lions and sheep, and answers to the name of...
Father?
David!
Father David?
Hello, Connie.
I don't believe it. You're all right.
Well, yes, why wouldn't I be?
Well, because the last time I saw you, you were about to become a hot lunch.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Well, the Lord protected me. He gave me strength so I was able to seize the lion by the hair and kill it.
I take it you two know each other.
Yes, this is him. David, the one I was telling you about.
So I gathered.
He is also the youngest and last of my sons, O great prophet Samuel.
He is the one.
He is?
The one what?
How do you know?
God has spoken to me.
The one what?
Really?
Yes, he told me, rise and anoint him. He is the one.
The one what?
The Lord God has chosen you to be the new king of Israel.
He has?
Yes. Kneel and receive the anointing of the Lord.
Oh, wow.
We'll be back with more of today's Adventure in Odyssey right after this. And now, back to Whit and Connie and the conclusion of today's Adventure in Odyssey.
Wow, that was incredible. I've never seen anybody get anointed king before.
That was something, wasn't it?
You know, when he got up, he seemed so different.
Well, that's what happens when the Lord touches your life. You're a changed person.
I guess. So where am I now?
You're near the Valley of Elah.
What am I doing here?
That is part of the story. Now, you see, this is where the army of Israel is camped. After David was anointed king, Israel went to war with their arch enemy, the Philistines. That's them on the ridge over on the other side of the valley.
Speaking of David, where is he?
Well, if you'll turn around, I believe you will find him coming up the road.
Oh, David! David!
Connie! Nice to see you again.
Thanks. What are you doing here?
I've come to see my brothers. They followed King Saul to war, and we haven't heard from them for months. My father sent me to see how they're getting along and bring back greetings from them.
What was that?
It's the war cry of the army of Israel. They and the Philistines must be drawing up the battle lines against each other. Come on!
Do you see him yet?
No.
Maybe he won't come out today.
He's come out every day for the last 40. Why not this day as well?
Eliab!
Abinadab! Shammah!
It's David.
Hello, my brothers.
What are you doing here, boy?
Nothing like brotherly love.
I bring you greetings from our father.
You should not be here. This is no place for you, especially now.
What makes now so important?
There he is! Move back! Retreat! Retreat! Back! Back!
Get out of here! Where's everybody going?
Abinadab, why are you afraid?
Why? Look there in the valley and see for yourself. It's him!
Him who? I don't see anything but a big bronze statue. That statue's alive!
He's no statue. His name is Goliath of Gath. He's the Philistine champion.
Why do you come out and line up for battle, little Beth? Am I not a Philistine? And are you not the servants of Saul? Choose a man and have him come down to me. If he is able to fight and kill me, we will become your subjects. But if I overcome him and kill him, you will become our subjects and serve us. Well, is there again no taker to my challenge? Give me a man and let us fight each other. Ha! This day I defy the ranks of Israel and their puny God. You and he are as dirt on the ground to be trod under my heel.
Nice guy. Look at the size of him. No wonder everyone's afraid, huh, David? David? What are you doing up on that rock?
Who is this Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?
What are you doing? Do you want him to hear you?
I say again, who is this Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? What will be done for the man who kills this Philistine and removes this disgrace from Israel?
Well, the king will give great wealth to the man who kills Goliath.
Yes, also his daughter's hand in marriage, and he'll exempt the man's family from taxes in Israel.
What good are rewards if you're not alive to enjoy them? Come down from there, David. Did you leave those few sheep in the desert just to come here and shame us? I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart is. You only want to watch
I've done nothing wrong. Why can't I speak? If you allow this Philistine dog to defy the armies of the living God unchallenged, then great indeed is your shame, but not because of me. If none of you are men enough, then I shall fight him.
Are you nuts? That guy's a giant. And did you see the size of his spear? It's huge.
Forget the spear. Look at his coat. It's made of pure bronze. It probably weighs 125 pounds by itself.
I'm not afraid. He is a Philistine who has defied the armies of the living God.
So what? Laugh it off. We're big enough to take a few insults, aren't we? David, his coat is heavier than you are. You haven't got a chance.
It is of no consequence. Saul will never allow it.
Make way! Make way! Are you David?
I am.
The king wants to see you.
Oh, now you...
At last, after putting up with this bellowing giant for 40 days, a man finally steps forth to accept his challenge. Well, where is he?
Here, my king.
Oh, good boy. Run off and find me the man who wants to kill Goliath.
It's me.
You?
Yes, O king. Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him.
You can't go out against him. You're a boy, and he's been a fighting man from his youth.
Did you hear that? A fighting man from his youth, he said. Listen to him, David. He's making a lot of sense.
My king, your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. When a lion or a bear came and carried off a lamb from the flock, I went after it and rescued the lamb from its mouth. When it turned on me, I seized it and killed it. This Philistine will be like one of them because he has defied the armies of the living God.
Will you stop saying
Great
that?
king, the Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine.
May the Lord be with you, my son.
Wait, if you're gonna do this, at least put on some armor or something to protect yourself.
The girl is right. Bring my tunic and my armor.
Yeah, armor. This is good stuff, see? Solid. Here, let me help you put it on.
No, I can't go in these. I wouldn't be able to move in them.
Well, how are you gonna defend yourself? Throw rocks at him?
Well, now that you mention it, I think that's a good
What?
idea.
What are you doing?
Choosing my weapons. Let's see, I'll take my staff, and these stones here look
That's
nice
it? Sticks and stones?
Well, of course not.
Well, that's good.
I also have my sling.
You can't win against that giant with a stick, some stones, and a leather strap. You need something more.
But I do have something more. I have the Lord God of Israel on my side.
Oh, that's not gonna help you now.
You're wrong, Connie. Stand back and watch what the God of my fathers will do.
Heroes.
Men of Israel, I grow impatient. Where is your challenger?
He stands before you.
What is this? A boy? You send a boy out as your champion? What is your name, boy?
David.
Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come here, and I'll give your flesh to the birds of the air and the beasts of the field.
You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. This day the Lord will hand you over to me, and I'll strike you down. All those gathered here will know that it is not by sword or spear that the Lord saves, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands.
Goliath moved closer to attack, and David ran toward the battle line to meet him. He took out a stone and slung it at the Philistine. David's aim was true. The stone not only struck Goliath, but sank deeply into his forehead, and he fell face down on the ground. David ran over to him, took the Philistine's sword from its scabbard, and cut off his head with it.
I can't believe it! He did it! He won! Oh, gross! I don't feel very good all of a sudden.
When the Philistines saw that their hero was dead, they ran. The men of Israel surged forward with a great shout and chased the Philistines back to their own land. It was one of the greatest victories in the history of Israel, thanks to a young shepherd who trusted with all his heart in the Lord.
Is that all?
I think that's enough.
But you can't stop here. Does David become king? What happens?
You'll have to come back when I get the next part done. Or if you really can't wait till then, you can always read about it yourself. It picks up in 1 Samuel chapter 17. If you think you can stand a boring old Bible story, that is.
Well, I guess I was wrong about that. I didn't know. I mean, I always thought, hey, are all the stories in the Bible this exciting?
Well, there's only one way for you to find out, isn't there?
Yeah, well, maybe I will read them sometime. Meanwhile, I'd better get this place cleaned up.
Tell you what, why don't you call it a night? You can do this tomorrow, okay?
All right, I'm out of here.
Night.
Whit, thanks for showing me the machine. It made me see this room in a way I didn't see it before.
Well, you're very welcome, Connie.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. And thank you, Lord.
You know, the scriptures are full of so many wonderful things, exciting adventure stories, beautiful poetry, and most important, God's words to us. And He wants us to remember them all the time. That's why He told the children of Israel in Deuteronomy chapter 6 that His words are to be upon your hearts. God told them to talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. The Shepherd and the Giant was written and directed by Phil Lawler. Our production engineer was Dave Arnold, our producer was Steve Harris, and our executive producer, Chuck Bolte. And I'm Chris, hoping you'll join us again next time for more Adventures in Odyssey. Hi, this is Chris, and we're starting out today's adventure in Odyssey with a visit to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Right now, I'm standing in the center of the Lincoln Memorial. The statue of Lincoln is amazing. It's huge, but it looks almost real. In fact, it's so lifelike you can almost imagine him talking to you.
Hello, Chris.
You You talked.
I know. It's amazing what you can do on radio, isn't it?
But...
Look, I know it's a shock, but you'll get over it. Just play the theme.
Okay.
Oh, hi there. I was just working on one of my inventions here. I'm John Avery Whittaker, but you can call me Whit. And this is Odyssey. Hey, let's see if this thing works. Whoa, hold it! Okay, so it needs a little more work. But that's the exciting part, because you never know what you'll discover along the way. Oh, don't take my word for it, though. You can find out for yourself when you come along on today's Adventures in Odyssey.
I can't believe I'm talking to Abraham Lincoln. How are you, Mr. President?
A little stiff, actually. Comes from sitting in one position all day.
I guess that would get pretty tiresome.
You're telling me. But that's not half as tiresome as hearing about what's been going on in our nation during the past few years.
What do you mean?
Well, from what I can gather, people are beginning to feel like they don't really have any control over what's happening in this country of ours. Is this true?
I'm sorry to say it, Mr. President, but it is. A lot of people figure that our government and leaders are going to do what they want, whether they get involved or not. So why get involved?
That's terrible. In our country, the people are the government. They have the power to make things happen for good, or to stop bad things from happening. And they do that by voting.
That's what we're going to learn on today's adventure, Mr. President.
Really? I'd like to hear it.
And you will, when our adventure in Odyssey returns, right after this. There's a big rally going on at Wits End. Horace Higginbotham is making a speech, and there are kids all over the place. Only none of them are listening to Horace. Let's find out why.
And if I'm elected class president, I promise to do everything I can to put this school on the map. So remember, a vote for Horace Higginbotham is a vote for the student. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, hi, Tom.
Oh, Whit. This is some turnout you have here.
Isn't it, though? Just goes to show you that kids really are interested in learning about the political process.
Yeah. Of course, the free ice cream samples you're handing out might have something to do with it, too.
Doesn't hurt to give them a little push in the right direction, does it?
Not at all. And while you're at it, how about pushing one of those samples in my direction?
Here.
Thanks.
Oh, come on, Connie. I need it, please.
For the last time, N-O, Horace.
But why?
Because it's stupid, that's why.
Oh, now, wait a minute now. What's stupid?
Horace wants me to back him for class president.
Well, for what it's worth, Horace, I'll back you. I caught your speech a couple of minutes ago, and it sounded good. Real barn burner. I think you'd make a fine class president.
Yeah, if I get elected.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired of all this election stuff. I have to put up with it all day at my school. Now I have to put up with it here at work, too.
I take it you don't find all this very exciting, Connie, is that right?
Right.
Well, you mind if I ask why?
Because it's just a popularity contest. It doesn't mean anything.
Well, that might be true at this stage in your lives, but it won't be in the future. It's good practice. Someday you'll have to elect our country's leaders for real. Voting in school elections sort of prepares you for the real thing.
Yeah, that's what my mom says, too. But I don't see what's so great about those elections either.
You don't see what's great about deciding who'll run our country?
Sure, if my vote was the one that did that. But it wouldn't. I mean, when you come right down to it, one vote really doesn't make any difference.
Well, I can see you've never heard the story of Jameson Shoemaker.
Who?
Jameson Shoemaker. He was an Indiana farmer.
Was? I take it then he's no longer with us.
Where'd he go?
He died, Horace.
Oh.
Well, it's only natural. He lived more than 150 years ago.
Wow! If he were alive today, he'd be dead.
Very good.
Well, actually, the story of Jameson Shoemaker begins in the state of Texas.
Hey, I thought you said he was from Indiana.
Well, he was, but you have to hear the whole story. Now, like I was saying, the story of Jameson Shoemaker starts in the state of Texas in the year 1845. Only it wasn't a state then, it was a territory. You see, it was a cold December day, and Sam Houston, the president of Texas, sat in his office with his staff, keeping an anxious eye on a lonely road that came down from the north. That road was very important to those people because on it traveled a rider with news that could change their lives.
I sure wish I knew what was keeping him, Mr. President.
Well, it's cold outside, Homer, and the road's a difficult one to travel on. He'll get here when he gets here. Standing and watching won't make it happen any faster.
You might want to tell that to the folks outside, sir. There's quite a crowd gathering out there.
Yeah, they're as anxious for the news as we are.
Yeah, but I don't think some of them want the same news as you and me. A lot of folks out there still don't want Texas to be a state.
Well, the majority of them do. Otherwise, they wouldn't have voted for it. A much greater concern to me is how the Senate feels. We need 36 votes for statehood, but I don't know if we have them.
Does seem kind of hopeless, don't it? I mean, it's hard enough to get 36 men to agree on something, much less 36 politicians.
That's very true, my friend. But perhaps there's a greater power working.
President Houston?
Here, son.
It's a little bit crumpled. Sorry about that.
Quite all right. You must be tired from your journey. Go and get some food, would you?
I'm begging your pardon, sir, but, well, I'm a Texan, too.
Good man. Let's deliver your message, shall we? My friends, because of this message's importance to all of us, I didn't feel right about reading it alone. So I, like you, will be hearing it for the first time. To the Honorable Sam Houston, from his humble servant, Stephen Austin. Sir, I send greetings from Washington to you in Texas, the 28th and newest state in the Union. When I return, I shall tell you of the many remarkable events surrounding this news. But I must tell you of one now. As the names were called for the vote, I noticed that a senator from Indiana, Harrigan by name, a man whom I thought to be against us, cast his ballot in our favor. And when the final count arrived, Texas had indeed become the 28th state by a margin of 1 vote. He goes on to say, I don't know why Senator Harrigan changed his mind. I only thank God for it, as should all good citizens of the new state of Texas.
We'll hear more about Jameson Shoemaker when our adventure in Odyssey continues right after this. And now, the conclusion of today's adventure in Odyssey.
You mean Texas became a state by only 1 vote?
That's right.
Wow, what do you say now, Connie?
That Harrigan guy was a senator. Senators have power. Naturally, his vote is going to make a difference. But that still doesn't mean that a normal person's vote means anything.
Now, wait a minute, Connie. You haven't heard the rest of the story yet. It just so happens that this next part deals with that very subject. It takes place in 1839, 6 years before, and this time in the state of Indiana. Only, this was no ordinary day. That day, legislators from across the state had gathered in Indianapolis for a very special vote. And one of those legislators was a man named Madison Marsh.
Well, gentlemen, you know the situation as well as I. We've chosen 1 senator, but we still have 1 to go. Now, I keep you both on my staff to advise me. And during this 5-minute recess before the vote, I'd like to see you earn your money. Mr. Bear?
Well, quite frankly, sir, I think your choice is absolutely clear. There's only one man qualified for this job, and that's Tyler Zumwalt.
Zumwalt?
That's right, Zumwalt. I mean, he's intelligent, courageous, and knows how to get things done.
You left something out, didn't you?
What's that?
He also happens to be a crook.
Oh.
Then who do you recommend, Mr. Lang?
Yes, Mr. Lang.
Well, sir, I don't see how you can do any wrong at all by voting for Rothschild.
Rothschild?
Yes, Rothschild. He certainly has more political and governmental experience than Zumwalt.
Well, maybe, but he's against everything we stand for.
Gentlemen, aren't you forgetting that there's a third choice?
There is? Who?
Harrigan.
Oh, no, sir. You wouldn't want to vote for him.
I wouldn't? Why not?
Well, sir, because he's untried and untested. No one knows what his views are.
I mean, there's no telling what kind of crazy thing he might do in Washington.
Oh, I see.
And that's exactly why you should vote for Rothschild, sir. With him, you'll always know where you stand.
Yes, and quicksand. Sir, Zumwalt will help protect us as a state.
And then steal it right from under our noses. I'm telling you, it's got to be Rothschild.
Time for the vote. All representatives will please return to their seats. Time for the vote.
Well, that's it then.
I beg you, sir, vote for Zumwalt.
Rothschild, sir, Rothschild.
Thank you, gentlemen. You've both done your jobs. I now know exactly who to cast my ballot for.
Well, this is quite extraordinary. After counting up the votes thus far, it appears we have a three-way tie. And since Mr. Smith is ill, Mr. Dugan is absent, seems the deciding vote falls to you, Mr. Marsh.
Mr. Chairman, after listening to my advisors and giving this matter careful thought, I feel there is only one possible choice. I cast my vote for Mr. James Harrigan.
So Harrigan was elected senator by one vote?
Yep, the vote of Madison Marsh. Pretty incredible, wouldn't you say, Connie?
Well, maybe. But what does all this have to do with Jameson Shoemaker?
Ah, well, now we arrive at the capper to this story. We move back a couple more years to a special day in 1837. For Jameson Shoemaker, the day started as any other, out in his field doing some plowing to get ready for the corn season. But by day's end, he would set into motion a truly remarkable chain of events.
I am bound for the promised land. Whoa, Betsy. Whew. Yeah, time for a rest, girl.
Well, sir, now, Jameson Shoemaker, howdy do?
Oh, it's only Reynolds.
What? Howdy do, good neighbor Jameson.
Would you mind telling me, Richard Reynolds,
Well,
just why you want to scare me half to death by screaming like a savage and riding your horse across my freshly plowed field?
well, now, I am just right sorry, Jameson. But you know me, I always get this way on election day.
Oh, getting in some early celebrating, are you?
Come again?
Election day's not till tomorrow, Reynolds.
Well, sir, now, I just wouldn't doubt your word none, Jameson, but if today ain't election day, then there sure is an awful lot of people in town voting for no reason.
What?
Yeah, I just came from there. Cast one of the ballots myself.
Good night. And me out here plowing all day. Reynolds, would you do me a favor?
Oh, anything, neighbor.
Help me unhitch Betsy and then take my plow back to the barn. I've got to get to town.
Can we close down now?
Nope, we still got 5 minutes.
Oh, don't be so nitpicky.
The rules say that the polls are supposed to stay open till 5 p.m. It is now 4:55. If we close now, we'd be breaking the rules.
But I already counted the other votes. Look, nobody else is going to come. And besides, we don't have any ballots left.
That don't matter one little bit. The rules say this poll's supposed to stay open till 5 o'clock. And 5 o'clock is how late this poll is going to stay open.
I'm telling you, nobody else is coming.
Am I too late?
Nobody coming, huh? No, sir, you surely ain't.
Only we don't have no more official ballots.
Huh? What? Well, what do we do then?
The rule book don't say nothing about the ballot having to be official.
Oh, good.
Do you know who you want to vote for?
Oh, well, yes, sir, I surely do.
Can you write?
Yes, I can.
Well, then, just put his name down on this piece of paper here.
Okay. Okay, I'm finished.
And just in time, this poll is now officially closed.
It's about time.
So, well, what do I do with my vote?
Now, here, give it to me. You slapped my hand. What'd you do that for?
You know as well as I do that ain't official procedure. All votes gotta go in the ballot box.
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm the one who takes them out of the ballot box. Why can't we just save a step and have them hand it to me?
'Cause that would be breaking the rules.
You just said that the poll was closed.
It is, but that don't have nothing to do with where the ballot goes once the vote has been made, and it goes in the box.
All right. Stick it in there, then. Wonderful. Can I take it out now?
Yep.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's see here.
Well?
Well, what?
Who won?
You sure there ain't no rule about me having to tell somebody else first?
No.
Who won?
I'm pleased to announce that our new representative to the Indiana State Legislature is Mr. Madison Marsh.
Marsh? Hey, wow! Why, he's the one I just voted for.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad your man won.
Not half as glad as he's going to be when he finds out you voted for him.
Well, what do you mean?
Looky here. This column is all the votes Marsh got.
218.
Right. And this column here is all the votes his opponent got.
217.
But that means that I...
Your homemade ballot put him into office.
Well, I'll be. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Well, what's the matter?
I just hope I made the right choice.
Well, history will tell. It surely will.
And that is the story of Jameson Shoemaker. Shoemaker voted for Marsh, who won by 1 vote. Marsh voted for Harrigan, who won by 1 vote. And Harrigan voted for Texas statehood, which won by 1 vote. One ordinary man with 1 ordinary vote was directly responsible for Texas becoming a state.
That was great, Mr. Whitaker. Do you mind if I use it in my campaign?
Not at all, Horace.
Thanks.
Well, Connie, what do you say now? Still think that 1 vote doesn't make a difference?
What can I say? I mean, Whit just proved that it does. But you gotta admit that was a pretty remarkable coincidence.
No, I don't admit anything of the kind.
Oh, come on. Things like that just don't happen all the time.
Right. And that's one of the reasons why I don't think they're coincidences.
I don't get you.
A coincidence is supposedly something that happens by chance, something that humans don't have any control over. But none of what happened in the story was by chance. Each one of those men carefully and clearly cast his vote for a specific person or purpose. They had strong beliefs, and they acted on them.
Well, yeah, but don't you think that it's strange the way everything worked out? I mean, each one winning by just 1 vote?
Well, that depends on how you look at it, which is the second reason why I don't believe it was coincidental.
And that is?
I don't believe anything is coincidental. See, you call what happened in the story strange, but I prefer to use a different word, providential. All a part of God's plan. Those men acted, and God used their actions to work his will.
But everything was so close. I mean, right down to 1 vote.
There's no rule that says God can't be dramatic, is there? That's the reason it's so important for us to keep trusting him, no matter what's going on around us. We only see the here and now, but he sees the big picture. That's what David meant when he said in Psalm 90 that God is from everlasting to everlasting. And not only does God see the big picture, but he's in control of it, too.
Is that what you believe, Mr. Riley?
Well, all things considered, I think Whit said it pretty well. What do you think?
I don't know. I need to think about it some more. I also think I'd better start cleaning his place up.
I think that's a good idea.
You know, it amazes me how you can take any subject and relate it to God or the Bible.
Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Do you know what I find even more amazing?
What?
I think I'm kind of getting used to it.
Attention, everyone! Attention! I know some of you aren't all that interested in this election. You think that it's just a popularity contest and that your vote won't mean anything. For those of you who feel that way, have I got a story for you? It's about
I think Horace's campaign will get a real boost from that story, don't you, Mr. President?
Indeed, I do. It shows what can happen when people care enough to get involved.
You know, getting involved is something God wants us to do as well. In Matthew 22:21, Jesus said to give to Caesar what is Caesar's and to God what is God's. Well, just as Caesar was the government at that time in history, so we citizens are the government now. Like you said at the start of the program, Mr. Lincoln, and Christians have a duty to be a part of that government, to support the things that are good and change the things that are bad, just like you did, Mr. President.
Well, that sounds wonderful, Chris.
Adventures in Odyssey is a presentation of Focus on the Family. Today's program was written and directed by Phil Lawler. Our production engineer was Bob Luttrell, and our executive producer, Chuck Volte. And I'm Chris, hoping you'll join us again next time for more Adventures in Odyssey. Here's another fun fact from the Odyssey scrapbook. Every now and then, you'll hear a voice on Adventures in Odyssey that belongs to someone who normally works behind the scenes, like these two characters in today's episode.
A lot of folks out there still don't want Texas to be a state. It is now 4:55. If we close now, we'd be breaking the rules.
Those two characters were played by Bob Luttrell. Do you recognize that name? You may have heard it at the end of many of our shows. Bob is a sound designer. That means he's responsible for mixing together the voices, sound effects, and music that you hear on Adventures in Odyssey. But Bob also has other talents, like acting. Here's a sampling of Bob's voices.
You know, city bylaws state that theaters must meet the same health and safety requirements as restaurants.
Now, technically, this isn't a will. It's merely a letter stating your father's last wishes concerning his property.
Ah, there is no God, so how could this man be his son?
Oh, an expert, huh? Well, you know what they say. Practice makes perfect.
Rascal, that's what we call him because he's got a knack for escaping. 4 times since we got him. That's a record.
Now, Mr. Whittaker, what I've tried to capture in my screenplay, based on your story, of course, is the essence of who and what Odyssey is.
Wait. He's motioning us to come forward. He's all right.
Bob is just one of the many talented people who work behind the scenes of Adventures in Odyssey. Hi, I'm Chris. You're about to travel to a place of wonder, excitement, and discovery. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey. Boy, something exciting is happening in Odyssey today. People from all over town have assembled in front of... Oh, it's a new sports store. And wait a minute, there he is, Lightning Livingston. Oh, come on, let's see if we can get a closer look.
Okay, look this way, Lightning. Smile. Terrific. One for the front page.
I can't believe it.
I know. Lightning Livingston opening a sports store in Odyssey.
I can't believe it.
I know.
Come on, kids, come on, give us a break, will you? Step back so we can get our pictures of Lightning.
Take it easy on him. What did you say your name is?
Malone, Frank Malone with the Odyssey Times.
Okay, Malone. You'll get plenty of pictures. How you doing, kids?
Hi, Mr. Lightning.
Mr. Lightning? Boy, are all the kids in Odyssey this polite? What's your name?
Bruce Wilkins.
Hi, Bruce. And who are you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
My name is,
It's Jimmy Berkeley.
Yeah, Bimmy Jerkley.
That's okay, kids. Stick around. You'll get it eventually.
Another shot, Lightning.
Sure.
Let's get one in front of the shop sign. Lightning Sports Center. Great advertising for you. Come on, Bobby. Come on, get your camera ready.
I'm ready, Malone. Relax.
All right, how's this pose?
Great. You're terrific. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, keep them easy.
Now, isn't this an awfully small town to open a sports store in?
I wanted a small town. A small store for a small town.
Yeah, but why Odyssey? Why did you pick Odyssey to live in?
Well, I just happen to have a few friends who live here, and it seems like a nice, quiet town. That's what I'm looking for, some peace and quiet. That's what retirement's all about, right?
Yeah, now about this retirement. It was pretty quick, don't you think? I mean, you had a few more years of basketball left in you. Why did you retire so early?
Well, I just wanted to quit in my prime. No sense playing the game until you drop from old age, right? I just thought I'd played enough.
Now, there were rumors about your retirement. Rumors that you were...
Listen, I don't want to talk about my retirement anymore.
Okay, fine. Do you have any plans for basketball in Odyssey?
Yeah, maybe. I would like to do some workshops with the kids. That is, if the kids will let me. What do you say?
Yeah.
How about you, Bimmy Jarkley?
Sure, Thunder Lightning. I mean, Mr. Lightning.
Great. Well, we'll have to do that real soon.
Mr. Lightning?
Yes, son?
My name is Jimmy.
Come on, Mr. Whittaker.
I don't know what you're trying to find out, Mr. Malone. Seems to me you have all you need for a good newspaper article.
But you knew Lightning Livingston from your publishing days in Chicago. You were a big supporter of the team.
I was.
Did you have anything to do with his coming to Odyssey?
I can't answer that. He and I have discussed it over the last couple of years, but I'm sure he talked to a lot of different people about the best place to retire. How you boys doing, all right? Need a refill?
I'd like some more water, please.
Could I have some more lemonade?
Coming right up. Have you two met Mr. Malone from the Odyssey Times? Mr. Malone, this is Bruce.
Hi.
And Jimmy Barkley, probably the greatest local expert on Lightning Livingston's career. You name the game, and he'll give you the statistics.
Yeah, we met at the store this morning. Now, you mentioned Lightning's retirement.
Did I?
What can you tell me about it?
What's to tell? He retired.
Yeah, but lots of people think it was a little early.
I suppose that's his business, don't you think?
The public wants to know.
Sounds like you want to know.
Come on, Whittaker, level with me. There are all kinds of rumors about why Lightning retired from basketball early.
Mr. Malone, even the kids around here know that spreading rumors is a bad thing. Right, kids?
That's what I've heard, Mr. Whittaker.
Give me a reaction then. Do you know any truth to the rumor that Lightning retired early because of a drug problem?
What?
Drug problem?
That's the word, kid.
Who says? Lightning doesn't have a drug problem.
Jimmy.
He doesn't. It's a lie that the big town newspapers tell because they're stupid, that's why.
Jimmy, you know better than to behave like this.
But... yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Apology accepted, kid. Really touched a nerve, didn't I?
Yeah.
I understand. I used to have heroes, too. You'll get over it. Now, Mr. Whittaker, about this...
Mr. Malone, I don't think I can help you with your story, and I have a lot of work to do.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Talk to you later.
Maybe.
I have to tell you, if there's a story behind Lightning's early retirement, I am going to find it.
Okay, Donnie, take it. That's it. Double back. Back. Throw it to Jeff. Good boy. Go, Jeff. Go. Lay it up. Yeah, good shooting. Come on in, boys. Not bad, boys. You really look good out there.
You showed us, Lightning. I never played a game like that before.
Well, you see how much better it is when you play as a team? Some of my best shots came because one of my teammates set me up. You don't ever want to be hot dogging it out there, understand? It's not just you showing everybody how good you are, it's you being part of a team that works together. Got it?
Yeah, whatever you say.
Good. Now, last one to wit sends a rotten egg. Let's go.
Yeah, Mr. Lightning?
What are you doing, Jimmy? You don't want to be a rotten egg, do you?
No, I just wanted to say that I think you're the greatest.
Thanks, Jimmy, but listen, really, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, now listen to me. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this lately, and you know what I've been thinking?
What?
I've been thinking that I'm not the greatest. Anybody who says they're the greatest is lying. Except one person. That's God.
Yeah, well, I meant besides him.
There's no such thing as besides him.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but you're still the... what can I say besides the greatest?
Well, how about you're an all right dude?
It's not the same.
Well, I'll take it, though.
Okay, you're an all right dude.
Good enough. Now let's go before we're both rotten eggs.
And then we raced to Wits End and I won.
He let you in.
No, well, yeah, I guess he did. but it was fun. Then we went over to his house and he showed me some videos of his basketball games.
You actually went to his house?
Yeah, and he drove me home and even met my parents. He's a really neat guy.
A really neat guy. Boy, I wonder who Jimmy's talking about.
The same guy he's always talking about.
And who's that?
Lightning Livingston.
Get lost, Howard. Aren't you supposed to be back before the zoo closes?
I'd rather hang around a zoo than a druggie.
Be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh, Jimmy gets hot when you pick on his hero.
Come on, Bruce. Let's go.
What's the matter, Jimmy? Can't stand to face the truth about old Lightning?
It's not the truth. You're talking stupid.
Why don't you just face it? He's a drug addict. That's why he retired early. He's a druggie.
Shut up, Howard.
Hey, stop it! Jimmy! Howard! What's going on here?
It wasn't my fault. He started it.
I did not. You called Lightning a druggie.
That's because he is. Everyone knows it.
It's a lie. He's not. He's not.
Yeah, well, if he's so great, why don't you go ask him? He won't lie to you since you're best buddies now, right?
I will. You'll see. You'll see. Jimmy, wait.
You know, Howard, there's dumb and there's real dumb. That was real dumb.
Hello, welcome to Lightning Sports Center. May I help? Oh, it's you. How are you, Jimmy?
Okay, I guess. I'm looking for Lightning.
Well, let's see. He was here a minute ago talking to Mr. Whitaker, I think.
Mr. Whitaker's here?
Yeah, they're probably in the back.
I'll go, if it's all right. I have something kind of personal I want to talk to him about.
Oh, okay. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Thanks.
Lighting Sports Center, may I help you? Bowling shoes? Oh, sure. Yeah, we've got a full selection. Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm clean. I've stayed clean. Why do they always have to...
Jimmy.
Hi, Mr. Whitaker. Hi, Lightning. I wasn't eavesdropping, honest.
What happened to you? You look a little messed up.
I kind of got in a fight.
Kinda?
More than kinda, I guess.
Well, that's not like you, Jimmy. What were you fighting about?
Howard Willoughby said... Well, he said that...
Come on, Jimmy. You can say it.
He said that you had to retire from basketball because you're a drug addict.
Jimmy.
And he said that I should ask you whether it's true or not because you wouldn't lie to me.
Jimmy, I don't think it's...
Mr. Whitaker, please. Jimmy, I won't lie to you. Ask me anything.
You didn't take drugs, did you?
Yes, Jimmy, I did.
No!
I made a terrible mistake.
No, you didn't. You couldn't have. You're Lightning Livingston, the world's greatest basketball player. You didn't. You didn't. I don't believe you.
Jimmy! Oh, boy. This is going to be tough.
And it's going to be a lot worse after the paper comes out tomorrow.
Will Jimmy recover from this heartbreaking news? We'll find out when Adventures in Odyssey continues, right after this. And now, the conclusion of today's Adventure in Odyssey.
Lightning Livingston's early retirement, the untold story. You know, Connie, I might just have to cancel my subscription to the Odyssey Times because of this. I can't believe they printed it.
Wow. Do you think it's really true? I mean, it says he was heavily involved in drugs all through his last year on the team.
Well, true or not true, I don't know what difference it makes. I don't believe it's anybody's business but Lightning's and God's. It's certainly not something that needed to be printed in the paper.
Yeah. But now I'm a little confused. I mean, isn't he the one everyone said was the All-American?
No.
You know, he got his face on cereal boxes, and everybody said he was one of the big sports heroes of the decade and all that. I thought he was one of the good guys.
He was, but, you know, even good guys make mistakes, Connie. They can fall under the wrong influences just like anybody else. Only, it gets more publicity when it happens to be a star.
I think the whole thing is incredible. Uh-oh, better be quiet. Here comes Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Mr. Whitaker. Hi, Connie.
Hi, Jimmy. How you doing?
Okay, I guess.
No big fights today, huh?
No, not today. I left some of my school books here last night.
Oh, they're right here, Jimmy.
Thanks. I'm sorry about the fight, Connie. I shouldn't have done it.
Well, that's okay.
Thanks. Now I gotta see who's next on the list.
The list?
Yeah, I have a list of people I have to say I'm sorry to. Let's see. I apologized to Howard already, and now Connie. And I owe you an apology too, Mr. Whitaker. I'm sorry for shouting like I did.
Apology accepted. What about Lightning? I don't see him on your list.
Why should I apologize to him?
Well, because of the way you stormed out of his store last night.
Yeah, well, I figure we're even.
Even?
Yeah, all my friends said he was a drug addict, and I stood up for him. I believed in him, Mr. Whitaker. Now I feel like a jerk. I'll never believe in anybody again.
Oh, now, Jimmy, I don't know if that's the right attitude to have.
It doesn't matter. After reading that newspaper article, my parents aren't so sure I should see him again.
Really?
They think he'll be a bad influence on me. Look, I gotta go now. I gotta finish this list. See you later.
Jimmy, I really think you should reconsider about apologizing to Lightning, even if it's in a note. You know, there's a lot more to this than what the newspaper said.
Yeah, maybe. Bye.
That's kind of sad.
Yes, it is. You know, I wonder if... Wait, Connie. Wait. Turn up that radio, will you please?
They were wrong. I let basketball go to my head. The fame, the money, the attention. That's one reason why I retired. I would like to say, though, that I'm on the road to recovery. My friends here in Odyssey have been very kind and supportive. But more than that, I owe everything to Jesus Christ. I wouldn't have made it this far if it weren't for him. As far as I'm concerned, that whole drug thing is a closed chapter in my life. Well, that's all I have to say.
Live from City Hall, that was Lightning Livingston, the famous basketball player who just...
Good for you, Lightning. That took a lot of courage. I only wish Jimmy had heard.
Yeah.
Jimmy, is that you?
Hi, Dad.
Hey, where you been? We've been waiting for you.
Wandering around. Why?
There's somebody here to see you.
Who?
Lightning Livingston. He's right there in the living room.
What?
Yeah, well, we've had a long talk with him, and your mother and I think it's all right.
But I don't want to.
Go on, son. It can't hurt anything. You know he didn't have to come here to talk to you. Go on. Go on.
And the Pacers defeated the Mavericks 121
Hi, Jimmy.
113.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
You kind of left me in the dust last night.
Yeah, Mr. Whitaker said I should apologize to you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I understand. Now, look, Jimmy, this is tough for me. Did you hear me on the radio?
No,
Oh, well, I want to explain some of this to you.
I don't want you to.
Well, whether you do or not, I have to. You need to hear me out on this one. You can't go running out of the room this time. Promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Now, you know, I just became a Christian a little while ago.
Yeah, I heard.
I've been reading my Bible a lot since then. Do you read the Bible?
Yeah.
I never read it much when I was growing up. And you know, I kind of like those Old Testament guys. Abraham, Moses, David, and Isaiah. They were something else, weren't they?
Yeah.
They're kind of like heroes to me, because they talked to God and did things for him. I mean, I kept thinking while I was reading that I'd like to be like them. But then I kept reading, and you know what?
What?
I started reading about these mistakes they made. They all botched it up. Abraham lied. Moses disobeyed. David committed adultery and murder. I was really disappointed. I thought they were perfect. They weren't. But since you're an old pro at reading the Bible, you probably knew that already.
Yeah.
They were people like you and me. They were just guys that God used. But they still made some big mistakes. Jimmy? I was just a basketball player. Maybe I did it okay, but there are more important things than being good at basketball. I learned that the hard way, and I made some big mistakes while doing it. Drugs were part of that mistake. I was wrong. It was stupid to take drugs, It's stupid for anybody to take drugs. But now I know. I realized that all I ever needed was Jesus Christ. I could be the greatest basketball player of all time, but it doesn't mean anything without Jesus Christ. And you know what else?
What?
I realize that people are people. Sooner or later, they'll let me down. But I've also realized the only hero I ever need to have is Jesus Christ. He's the only one who will never let me down. I let you down, Jimmy. I let a lot of people down, and I'm very sorry for that. So I want to ask you if you'll forgive me. Will you?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so? You gotta do better than that, or I'm gonna be a miserable man.
Okay, I forgive you.
Thanks. Friends again, right? Not a hero, just your friend.
Friends, Mr. Lightning.
Now, you can cool it with the Mr. Lightning stuff. Call me by my first name.
I don't know your first name. Nobody does.
Nobody but my closest friends. You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Melvin.
Melvin?
That's my name.
Melvin?
Watch what you say about my name, Bimmy Jarkley.
Okay, Melvin.
Come on, Jimmy. Let's go shoot some hoops.
Whether it's a sports legend, movie star, or even someone nearby who you consider a hero, it hurts a lot when you find out they're not as perfect as you thought. But it's like Lightning Livingston said on today's adventure, the only perfect person to look up to and worship is Jesus. He's the only one who will never let us down. Hebrews chapter 7 verse 26 says, Jesus is holy, blameless, and pure. And both Peter and John wrote in their letters that Jesus was without sin. You can trust him, put your faith in him, worship him, and even give him your life. He will never let you down. Adventures in Odyssey is a production of Focus on the Family. Today's program was written and directed by Paul McCusker. Our production engineer was Dave Arnold, and our executive producer, Chuck Bolte. And I'm Chris, inviting you to join us again next time for Adventures in Odyssey. Hi, I'm Chris. You're about to travel to a place of wonder, excitement, and discovery. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey. Just smell that turkey cooking. Whit has closed down the shop for Thanksgiving, and right now he and Tom are in the kitchen preparing a huge dinner for themselves and some other guests. Oh, come on, let's go join them.
Yeah, well, let's see now. How do we stand, Tom?
Huh? Oh, well, the turkey's in the oven and the potatoes are mashing in the mixer.
Good. Come on, I'll buy you a cup of hot chocolate.
Oh, now you don't have to ask me twice about that.
Well, it's about time you two came out of that kitchen.
Well, Agnes, it takes time to cook a good turkey dinner.
That's what I've always tried to tell Tom, Whit. It's not as easy as you thought it was, is it?
Nope, especially on the turkey.
Oh, it was very nice of you to invite all of us over here to the shop for Thanksgiving dinner, Mr. Whitaker.
Well, you're very welcome, Mrs. Kendall. I'm glad you and Connie could make it. And please, call me Whit.
Okay, but only if you call me June.
That's a deal.
In case my husband hasn't said so, Whit, we'd like to thank you, too. And I hope we didn't inconvenience you too much by bringing Rodney along.
Oh, not at all.
Well, we did kind of spring him on you at the last minute. His dad was supposed to come and pick him up this morning, but he never showed.
Well, where's his mother?
Oh, she left when Rodney was real little. His dad's job takes him out on the road a lot, and Rodney stays with us when that happens.
Well, I'm very happy that he's part of our Thanksgiving. Oh, by the way, where is Rodney anyway?
Oh, Connie is showing him around.
That is a very nice daughter you have there, June.
Well, she certainly is turning into one, isn't she?
Oh, you sound surprised.
I guess I am. Something's happened to her since she started working here. I don't know what it is, but I sure hope it continues.
So do we, June. So do we.
Mm-hmm.
Well, howdy, you two.
Hi, Tom.
Did you like the tour, Rodney?
Yeah, this place is really great.
Well, I'm glad you like it. You'll have to come back more often. Meanwhile, you both got back just in time.
To eat? Oh, good, I'm starved.
Well, we got a few minutes before the turkey's ready yet. Right now, I'd like everybody to gather around the table, please.
All right.
Yes. Why are we doing this if we're not going to eat?
Well, you'll see.
Place here? Okay. Yeah. Is this my
Everybody in their places?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Now, before we dig into our wonderful dinner, I'd like us all to participate in a kind of tradition my wife started many years ago.
Oh?
Yeah. If you look in front of you, you're going to notice that sitting on each of your plates is a kernel of dried Indian corn. See it?
Yeah.
Well, it represents the very first Thanksgiving celebration. I'm going to pass this basket around. When it comes to you, I want each of you to drop your kernel into it and then tell us something you're really thankful for. Now, Connie, since you're closest, we'll start with you.
Me? I'm up first?
Yup.
Why can't you pick somebody else to go first?
Because I chose you.
Oh, what if I don't want to be first?
Too late.
I don't know what to say.
Just think of something you're thankful for.
Well, I'm thankful when somebody else goes first.
Here, Connie, let me have that. I'm thankful that 16 years ago I was blessed with a beautiful, vibrant, bright-eyed, wonderful, and sometimes terrible bundle of joy named Connie. Life with you is never boring, kiddo. I love you.
Oh.
My baby.
Thanks, Mom.
That was very nice, June. Well, now that somebody else has gone first, Connie, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah. Ditto what my mom said, only about her, not me.
Oh.
That's my girl.
Thanks for that heartfelt sentiment, Connie.
I meant it.
Tom, you're next.
Well, I guess one thing I'm thankful for is just this time of the year.
Here, here.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I just love it.
Oh, I know how you feel. There's so much going on. It's the beginning of the holiday season.
And you get out of school.
You light wood fires as the weather turns colder.
And you get out of school.
You gather with friends and relatives.
And you get out of school.
Harvest comes in.
And you get out of school.
Rodney, are you trying to tell us something?
I'm getting the message.
No, it's just I like Thanksgiving because you get out of school, that's all.
Well, there's a lot more to the holiday than that, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know all about it. It's all we've been talking about in school for the past couple of weeks. I even had to write a report on it.
Really? Well, what'd you write about?
Oh, you know, how Thanksgiving started in 1621 when the Pilgrims invited the Indians to a big dinner of turkey and pumpkin pie, and how it was made an official holiday by Abraham Lincoln in 1863. You know, the usual junk.
Well, you make it sound real interesting, all right.
Tom.
All right.
Like I said, I know all about Thanksgiving.
I agree that you may know a lot of facts and history, but as near as I can tell, you've left out the most important part.
What's that?
What's the holiday called again?
Thanksgiving.
And what do you think the word means?
Well, giving thanks for all the things we have, I guess.
And who are you giving thanks to?
Oh, I get it. God, right?
Right. And since the basket has come to you, it's your turn to share something you're thankful to him for.
Do I have to?
Well, it'd sure be nice.
I know. It's just that I don't have very much to thank God for.
Oh, come on, Rodney. I found something.
Yeah, well, I don't have a mom, and my dad is too busy with his job to make it home for a holiday. So I guess I don't have anything, all right?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
I think he wanted to be here, honey.
It's no big deal. It's just the way things are. I don't blame God for it, but I don't feel like thanking him either.
You might want to reconsider about that, Rodney.
What do you mean, Mr. Whitaker?
Well, it's not enough for us to thank God for good things and just accept it when bad things happen. The Apostle Paul told the Ephesians to always give thanks to God the Father for everything, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
How am I supposed to do that?
Well, I guess the best way for me to answer that is by telling you what I'm most thankful for. I thank God for Fiona Donnerow.
Who?
Fiona Donnerow. She was my stepmother and one of the greatest ladies I have ever known. She came into my life after my real mother died. I was about 5 years old, and well, I'm afraid I didn't treat her very well.
Is this when you were living in Scotland?
Yes, but when I was about Rodney's age, we moved to Raleigh, North Carolina, where my father, Harold Whitaker, taught at Duke University. Oh, I'd warmed up to her a little bit since I was 5, though, mostly because she was so much fun to have around. We did lots of things together. And one of our favorites was horseback riding.
Come on, can't you catch me?
Oh, wait. Hold up, John Avery.
Whoa. What's the matter? Not tired, are you?
Tired? Oh, me? No. Just because my lungs are about to burst and my face is turning blue. Oh, whatever could make you think I was tired?
Come on, I'll race you to that tree.
Wait just a minute now. Let her last catch your breath.
All right. Fiona?
Yes?
Do you remember back in Scotland when you first came to live with us and my father bought you that really pretty dress?
Oh, yes. Yes. It was my wedding dress. I had to throw it away because McDuff the dog spilled a whole bowl of chocolate cake batter all over it.
Yeah, well, McDuff didn't spill it. I did.
You did? Well, why would you do that?
I don't know.
Well, why are you telling me about it now?
I guess because I wanted you to know that I'm really sorry about it. I shouldn't have done it. And I wouldn't have if I'd have known how nice you are.
Oh. Well, I appreciate your honesty, John Avery, even if it is a bit late. But would it disappoint you too much if I told you that I always knew you did it?
You did?
Mm-hmm. McDuff was a smart dog, but not even he could make handprints.
Well, why didn't you ever say anything?
Oh, I guess I figured you'd been through about enough with your mother dying and me coming in.
Yeah.
Things have been pretty rough, I know. But the thing to remember is that God has a purpose in all this. You might not be able to see it now. In fact, you may never be able to see it in this life. But he does have a purpose.
If you say so.
Not because I say so, because it's true.
It's just kind of hard to believe when he takes your mother away. I mean, you don't know how it feels because you haven't had anything taken from you.
You're right. I haven't. But you know, just because bad things happen doesn't mean that God isn't there or that he doesn't care. You just have to have faith. Now, if you put your faith in him, he'll never fail you. I want you to remember that, okay?
If you say so.
In fact, I want you to think about it. Well, I'm racing you to the tree. Come on!
Hey, no fair!
Come on, John Avery, faster! Can't you catch me? You're not getting tired, are you?
Look out! The tree!
What?
Fiona!
Harold?
Shh. Easy now, I'm here.
Oh, where's John Avery?
I'm here, too.
Oh, what happened?
Well, apparently you had a little run-in with the branch of an elm.
Oh, a dumb place to put a tree in the middle of a forest.
How do you feel?
Oh, aside from a little headache, I feel fine. In fact, I'd better get up and start supper.
No. There's plenty of time before supper. You just rest easy.
Nonsense. I told you I'm all right. It's late, and you must all be starved.
It's not that late.
Of course it is. Why, it's so dark, and now you can barely see a hand in front of your face. I must have been out for hours.
Fiona, how many fingers am I holding up?
Harold, have you gone daft? I just said it was so dark in here you couldn't see your hand. John Avery, why don't you turn on some lights?
But, Papa?
John, run and get Doc Willis.
Yes, sir.
The doctor? I told you I just have a little headache, that's all.
Fiona, I think you better just lay back.
I didn't want to lay back. I want to fix some supper. And why don't you turn on some lights in here?
There are no need for lights, Fiona. It's still the middle of the afternoon.
The middle of the afternoon? Then why can't I... Dear Lord in heaven, I'm blind.
What will happen to Fiona? We'll find out when our adventure in Odyssey returns, right after this. And now the conclusion of today's adventure in Odyssey.
She was blind?
That's right.
How sad.
Wasn't there anything the doctors could do?
Oh, they tried. In fact, my memories of the next several months are a whirlwind of traveling from one doctor to another, but, well, they all said the same thing. It was hopeless.
Wow. Your stepmother must have been really upset.
Well, she went through the usual feelings at first. You know, denial, anger, self-pity, and certainly a great deal of frustration when the doctors would tell her there was no hope. But I remember there was a certain point during all this running around that she became very peaceful about what had happened to her. In fact, the only person who had the most difficult time adjusting to her blindness was me.
Why you?
Oh, for a variety of reasons. But then one night, Fiona made me realize those weren't the real reasons I had problems adjusting. I remember we were sitting in front of the fire, just like we did every night.
Redeeming the time.
My father was reading the Bible to her.
Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. All right, John, it's your turn.
Oh, all right. Be filled with the Spirit, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord, giving thanks always for all things unto God and the Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Keep going, John Avery.
Do I have to keep reading this?
We're supposed to go to the end of the chapter tonight.
I know. I just don't want to read this anymore.
Why not?
Because I can't. I can't.
John Avery Whitaker.
Harold.
Oh, he does this every night.
I know. And every night you go charging after him. Did he go to his room?
Yes.
Tonight, let me go. I think I know what's wrong with him. John Avery, can I come in?
Yes.
My, but this room is a mess.
No, it isn't. I just cleaned it up this morning. That wasn't very funny.
Then why are you smiling?
How do you know I'm smiling?
Because a smile isn't just something you see, it's something you hear as well. And I haven't been hearing too many out of you lately.
That's because there hasn't been too much to smile about.
Is that a fact? And just what reason do you have to be unhappy?
Because of what happened to you.
Oh, it's not a dirty word, John. You mean my blindness.
Yes.
Well, now, that's my problem, isn't it? Why should you feel bad?
Because it was my idea that we go riding.
Oh, but I agreed. It's not like you were making me do something I didn't want to do.
But now you can't do it at all. Or lots of other things either.
Well, I don't know about that. But even if it is true, it's still my concern, not yours, John Avery. Why are you unhappy?
Because you aren't.
What?
You remember before the accident how I told you that you don't know how I felt about my mother because you never lost anything?
Yeah.
Well, now you have lost something, and you're still not unhappy.
No, I guess I'm not. That makes you angry, doesn't it?
Yes. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, shh. There now.
How can you be so happy all the time?
Well, in the first place, I'm not always happy. I still get upset every once in a while. But when that happens, you know what I do?
What?
I remember an old Scottish prayer that my mother taught me when I was a wee girl. It goes, Lord, I thank thee 1,000 times for the roses. Help me to thank thee for the thorns as well.
Why would you want to be thankful for the thorn?
Oh, because the thorns remind us of just how beautiful the roses really are. Don't you see? Everything, even the bad, has a purpose.
So, that's what makes you happy?
Oh, it's part of it, yes.
What's the rest of it?
Lad, you know the rest. Whether you realize it or not, it's right in front of you. You look at it every single night.
You mean the Bible? That's what makes you happy?
That's right.
But I read it. Why doesn't it work for me?
Because it's not enough to just read the words. You have to try to understand what the words are saying. And who's saying them?
Well, how do I do that?
By asking Jesus to come into your heart. That's the source of true happiness.
Will you help me do that?
Oh, John Avery, course I will. Just bow your head and
and say, Dear Father.
Dear Father.
That's why I'm thankful for Fiona Donneral. She helped me get over my mother's death. She got me into the habit of reading the Bible every day and led me to Christ. And all those roses came out of the thorn of her blindness.
Yeah, but all the good things happened to you, not to her.
You remember a little while ago you asked me what if God doesn't have anything good in store for you? Well, when you're a Christian, God always has something good in store for you.
What is it?
Eternal life with Him. That's why we should be thankful even when bad things happen, because they're all just pointing us toward God. Do you understand that, Rodney?
I think so. I think I know what I'm thankful for now, too. I'm thankful that my dad didn't pick me up, because if he did, I wouldn't have learned what to be thankful for.
Well, your heart's in the right place, even if your sentence structure isn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, soup's on.
That looks good. Pass it over.
Attention, everyone. Attention, everyone. Rodney, why don't you say grace?
Thank you, God, for everything. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Now let's get to that turkey.
Hey, pass those drumsticks. I'm hungry. Come on, let's eat.
We know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. I guess I shouldn't get too upset when bad things happen to me. In fact, I can really be thankful, because like Whit said in this adventure, those things are just pointing me toward God. Adventures in Odyssey is a production of Focus on the Family. Today's program was written and directed by Phil Lawler. Our production engineer was Bob Luttrell, and our executive producer, Chuck Bolte. And I'm Chris, hoping you'll join us again next time for more Adventures in Odyssey.
And so that will do us for Adventures in Odyssey. Stay tuned for the next episode. Realistically, we are not going any further. That was the last episode. Because we're about 20 minutes and we're about to run out of time. And so it's time for us to go do something.
It's time for your next adventure. I have no idea what we're going to do tomorrow. How exciting.
And that's the way it's going to be, folks. We'll come back and we'll start with that playlist of Adventures in Odyssey. We'll start with episode 50 next time. Karen in Adventures in Odyssey. And we'll probably put some more up. Hope you enjoyed the Adventures in Odyssey. I know I do any time I put them on, because it's a wonderful God's world and does everything. And it's always best to pray for anything that you have an issue with. Take it up with God. God always has the answer, no matter what you do, say, or be. God is always there for you and will always be there, no matter what you do. But this will call it a day, because there's not much we can do. Time left, so we'll kind of just fill it up with whatever's left. Yet again, something's wrong around here. Something's wrong. Now, who let them dang crows in again? Sheesh! I told them not to let the crows in, and they did it again. Oh boy, that hurts. Now do it for us, folks.
I love it! You guys are so great!
You're so great. Thanks for joining us today on the Discipline Show, Hump Day. And I hope you love the Adventures in Odyssey. Believe me, leave us a message on the Discipline website, Facebook, and Spreaker.com / I don't know what, but look at the Discipline Show. You'll be able to find us. Remember, you can download this on YouTube, iTunes, or the podcast. We have everything. But you know what? We're going to get some other stuff going. So let's count the stars.
Always on the go, doing what the best know how to do. Jamming gears has got to be a fever, cause men become addicted to the grind. It takes a special breed to be a truck driving man, and a steady hand for that load behind. Big wheels are rolling, big wheels are rolling, moving on. Big wheels.
Now I had the time of my life. No, I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. 'Cause I've had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. I've been waiting for so long. Now I finally found someone to stand by me. We saw the writing on the wall as we felt this magical fantasy. So we take each other's hand, so we seem to understand the urgency.
All right, well, folks, we're going to end this with one more TikTok song, and then we're out of here. Hopefully you'll join us possibly for tomorrow or the next one. God only knows when that's going to be, and it's going to be fun. But just pray for everybody. Pray for everybody down in Florida and California. Pray for our Congress. Pray for our president. God only knows they need it. Alrighty, folks, this is the Dustin Blam Show, and from now on, we'll be gone for the rest of the day. Enjoy. We appreciate you. Call us. Text us anytime. We'll be around. We'll be seeing you from the Dustin Blam Show. Everybody have a good day.